what happens down the Opal hole stays in the Opal hole. Everybody knows that. G'day guys, how you going? I'm Mark T out of Australia, specialising in beautiful Lightning Ridge opal, crystal opal, Boulder opal, all the different types of opal as you would imagine an Australian guy like myself would be doing. Been pretty much in the opal industry from the age of 19 and then got seriously stuck into it about 23, digging a few holes. Found a good bucket load of opal and started processing and went out to London and Tokyo and New York and been selling globally for the better part of a few decades. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I've been down in the hole a few times and that's pretty exciting, and that's what I like to do mostly. You know, sitting around in the capital cities, they're great to go and visit and get some good customers, but I like being in the outback, finding the opal, polishing, organising the material. It's the hunt that I enjoy the most. Come on, what a question. You know, what happens down the Opal hole stays in the Opal hole. Everybody knows that. Okay, well, you know, it all depends on how you're going to go mining. You can do hand mining with a pick, you can do it with a jackhammer, or you get what we call today the diggers, which are hydraulic diggers that run like a small excavator, fits down the hole. But at the end of the day, when you start striking opal, sounds like a bad Greek wedding because it breaks like glass. But most of the time you hear it before you see it. Like I was saying, sounds like breaking glass. And when you see it in the wall, you know you've got a really special spot. The superiority of Australian opal is literally comes down to the hardness of the material and also the volume of gem quality material. Now, Australia is really known for gem quality material. The Lightning Ridge black opal is the rarest opal on the planet. You have the Boulder opal up in Queensland, which is virtually exactly the same as what you find in Lightning Ridge, except the host stone is different. You've got ironstone as a host stone, or black potch as a host stone. Also out in Coober Pedy, you get the white opal, which is the same as Brazilian material, pretty much exactly, and then you have different things like crystals and, let's say, Mexican fire opal. That's all hydrolyzed silica. African material is hydrophane material. It's not hydrosilica. So it's a different animal, formed differently. Australian opal formed from the surface of the earth down in tiny silica spheres, while the African opal is formed volcanically in volcanic pumice or in what we call little pipes. You get the same stuff in Indonesia as well. Things that people looking at opal, they're trying to get their minds around the price. How much should it really be? What's the real cost of it? And a quick lesson is very simple. It's take a rainbow. Red is the rarest in nature, so red is always more expensive, like a ruby over a sapphire or red spinel over a blue spinel. Red down to violet blue. Red's more expensive, violet blue is least expensive. The other thing there is black opal is at 10, white opals are at 1. But one of the things is that when you fall in love with an opal, the opal will fall back in love with you. So misconceptions, it really comes down to your own perception of what you like in an opal. This is the one I love, this is the one I like, and it's 45 carats. So a few $1,000s a carat, it gets up there in its value. Guys, if you're getting out to Australia, if you're falling in love with Australian opal, be careful, okay? Because once you fall in love with it, you're done for life, like I said earlier. All right, enjoy.